What is going on, everyone? Meshuggah here, bringing you guys a Monday recap the events from last week. First and foremost, I do want to apologize that no news flashes went up last week, and that's simply because last week was incredibly busy and incredibly crazy for me, so I didn't really get a chance to put anything up. But with that being said, let's jump right into the news. Rockstar Games has announced that GTA Online is getting a brand new heist mission called the Doomsday Heist, which is set to go live on December 12th, which is tomorrow. And it looks absolutely amazing. If there's one thing I can praise highly about GTA Online is the amount of content and replayability that has kept it running since 2013. And it's still pretty relevant, and these heist missions are probably the best things in this game. If you can find a dedicated crew to go through the missions with you, then it is an absolute blast to play through. So I'm very excited to see the update when it comes. You guys can check out the trailer for it down below. Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics has announced they are working on a new Tomb Raider game, and it seems like the hype that they're laying down in the statement that they released, it seems like it's going to be coming out sometime in 2018. Hopefully on all consoles this time too. Either way around, they said it won't be long until we get some sort of official reveal coming out, so stay tuned for that. For Far Cry 5 and the Crew 2 fans, both of these games had their original release dates pushed back. Far Cry 5 was originally set to be launched on February 27th, and it has now been pushed back to March 27th. And The Crew, which was planned to be released on March 16th, has now been pushed back into the first half of the 2018-2019 fiscal year for Ubisoft. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom released their new trailer. If you guys are interested in checking it out, it'll be down below. We also got a new trailer for Ready Player One, which is a movie that I am personally excited for. The trailer got me even more excited for a number of reasons. One is that it seems that Steven Spielberg is actually doing his homework and blending the old school gaming and entertainment with the more modern day culture. Along with the 80s references littered throughout the story, we got scenes in it with like Chun-Li from Street Fighter, we got Tracer from Overwatch, we even got Harley Quinn and the Joker making appearances. And it's this blend of classics with more modern day gaming and entertainment. That's what I wanted from this. It gives me hope that the team working on this is actually focusing on making the Oasis how massive and diverse the system would actually be along with its community. Now, some of you may not know this, but I actually wasn't all that big of a fan of the book that this movie is based off of. And that is simply because Ernest Cline's infatuation with the 80s and how he shaped this entire world around that. To me, that's what held the story back from being as good as it could have been. He allowed the primary focus of the Oasis, which is this augmented reality system, to be around these 80s infatuation instead of just how massive and diverse it would be for not only the gaming community but media entertainment in general. He said basically, spend time on fleshing out this massive and incredible Oasis system that is bigger than the internet itself. Screw that. Let's spend 30 fucking pages talking about the main character moping around because the girl he likes doesn't want to get involved with him. And let's have that be a plot diversion for him to not be motivated to go after $500 billion, but also the control of the entire Oasis system itself, which is being threatened by a corporation who plans on monetizing the shit out of it. Great storytelling, Ernest. Top notch right there. That was seriously one of the hardest parts of that book to get through. It was so boring. But anyways, if you guys are interested in checking out the trailer, it'll be down below for you. And moving on, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Episode 3 has been officially announced along with a trailer. I really hope that either the episode ties up a lot of the missing plot elements around Rachel's disappearance, because while the mystery it's trying to tell right now is enjoyable, right now it's kind of creating plot holes for the events of the original game. Or maybe we're going to learn that the events of Rachel's disappearance actually happened after Before the Storm, which is where I think they're going to take this story. I mean, sure, we are seeing some of Chloe's changes in personality and how she goes from where she is at the beginning of this game to the Chloe we meet in the original game. But there are a ton of other details that are just flat out missing at this point, and I don't think a single episode could fit in this entirely different mystery along with doing justice to what we know is coming, especially with the development around certain characters that are crucial to Rachel's disappearance, one of which I think was briefly mentioned in a flyer but has made no appearance whatsoever. Either way around, it's set to come out on December 20th. If you guys are interested, I'll leave a link below for the trailer. And we have some Star Wars Battlefront 2 news. But, surprise, surprise, it's actually good news, which is kind of weird at this point, but I like to remember that I stand on the fence of subject to controversy a lot of the time, and I am willing to say when a developer has done a good job, and DICE has done a good job here. That does not mean, however, that because I think DICE has done right by the fans in this one instance, that it automatically makes up for the long list of shady and manipulative practices that EA and DICE have been taking up to with the Star Wars franchise, with not only the Star Wars franchise, but also their cherished sports games like UFC 3. Anyways, The Last Jedi season has begun, and with it, DICE has rolled out new faction quests where players can choose from either the New Republic or the First Order, and this will earn players credits and crafting parts. After that, and coinciding with the release of the new Star Wars movie, more major DLC will become available, and just a reminder, this is all free. But it will add Captain Phasma and Finn as hero characters, along with a new galactic assault map called Crate, a new starfighter assault map called Dakar, a new heroic starfighter called Tally's A-Wing, and new story content. Yeah, they're actually putting in story content for free in the game. So, if this is DICE's way of looking to make things up to fans, this is definitely a good start. It's a long road ahead, but as long as they take care of that loot box microtransaction system, I can see them start to regain trust again, and I can see this game actually becoming great. But I am cursed with the optimism at this point, and we are talking about EA, so I don't really know how good those chances actually are. If you guys are interested, though, I will leave a trailer down below for you. Experience Hendrix and Legacy Recordings has announced that they will be releasing a new Jimi Hendrix album that features 13 studio recordings that were made in 1968 and through 1970, with 10 of them never being released before. It is coming in multiple forms, including CD, digital, and 180-gram vinyl 2LP. The album is set to be released on March 19th, and you guys can check out the details for it down below. Napalm Death has announced they are releasing a 2-disc compilation called Coded Smears and More Uncommon Slurs in March through Century Media Records. The album will include 31 songs in total, compiled of rarities and unreleased tracks that span from 2004 to 2016. Papa Roach has announced a new tour this spring with support from Nothing More and Escape the Fate. Dates released. Stone Sour has announced they'll be heading on their first North American tour since the announcement of their new singer, Jeff Gutt. Dates released. Meshuggah has announced that they'll be heading on a new North American tour with support from Code Orange and Tooth Grinder. Dates released. And Foreigner has announced that they are heading on a 2018 Jukebox Hero tour. Dates released. Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness has announced a new acoustic tour called The Pen and the Piano Tour. Support will come from Alan Stone, Zach Clark, and Bob Oxblood. Dates released. And a number of festivals have announced their 2018 lineup, including Florida's Fort Rock Fest, who has announced Godsmack, Five Finger Death Punch, Shinedown, Trivium, Underoath, Ozzy Osbourne, Breaking Benjamin, Stone Sour, Hatebreed, Killswitch Engage, and many more. Will be playing on their 2 dates. That festival actually kicks off on April 28th and 29th. Then we have the Carolina Rebellion Fest, which has bands like Alice in Chains, Shinedown, Stone Sour, Bullet for My Valentine, Parkway Drive, Seven Dust, Five Finger Death Punch, Breaking Benjamin, In This Moment, The Used, Black Veil Brides, Asking Alexandria, Muse, Queens of the Stone Age, Baroness, and many, many more, who will be playing on a 3-day show set list, which kicks off on May 4th. Check out the full list below. We have Las Vegas Rageous Festival and their lineup, which includes A Perfect Circle, Ghost, Clutch, Underoath, Judas Priest, In This Moment, and more. Their festival kicks off on April 20th and the 21st. Be sure to check out all the lineups down below, and all the dates as well. Now it's time for some new music of the week. We have Eminem, Untouchable, Joe Perry, I, and Bush, This Is War. And for new music videos, we have Machine Head, Catharsis, Marty Friedman, Miracle, Blondie, Doom or Destiny, Moose Bled, Talking in Your Sleep, Myles Kennedy, Year of the Tiger, Iced Earth, Black Flag, Orphan Land, Like Orpheus, Hollywood Undead, Black Cadillac, and The Darkness, Happiness. Thank you all for joining me for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, please feel free to leave a like. If you didn't, dislike. If you want more, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one. Mars out.